Day 32 of my budget bungalow build. This is my first check on the morning, and I'm going there to see the progress for today. As always, I have shared with you a little bit of my childhood life, and I'm shocked that a lot of you was admiring me for it. Thank you very much. But you know, old B, when I talk to him about my poverty days in my childhood, he's the sort of thing that just laugh at me. For example, I share with him that during my childhood, most days I go to bed hungry. And my siblings and I are very thin because the food is being rationed. And it's not enough as a growing child. And you know what's his answer? He's saying that I wish I had that willpower for that diet. I mean, he's just making fun of, he can see the humor in every situation. Now, another thing that he and my daughter keeps on laughing at me because, you know, when we go shopping, we just get anything we want and just sort it out in the counter. Like, no thinking. Oh, I want to try this. I want to try that. But when we buy a bag of rice, we just pull it out. When we were younger, it may have teary-eyed because we're even struggling to buy a bag of rice. It's such a very hard thing to do when I was little, during my childhood. We only buy it by kilos, but now it makes me teary-eyed. But now it's become a joke between the two of them that when we pass by a pile of rice, and they will be saying, "Don't cry again." So here I'm nearing the build now. Day 32 for the budget bungalow build. I was shocked with the news today because do you know that the old couple that I'm giving this bungalow to is now demanding that the trusses should be metal. Now, you got the funny side of it that they will be spending whatever is the budget for the wood trusses. They will just add up. Now, that's a big question. They will just add up. I told you they've been demanding and demanding things on this budget bungalow, forgetting the old house. What is the kind of their house when it was not replaced? It's all old trusses, wooden, rotten, and all inferior materials. And now they are demanding this, because I'm the one spending, of course, to be metal trusses. Now I'll have to look at it. If I have to stop the work, I'll just transfer my workers to the other side. I'm going back there now for my afternoon check. This is very early today because I'm really annoyed this morning because of the latest demand of the old couple. It's not actually the old couple. It's the relatives, grandchildren, children who want just looking at you, not grateful for housing the old couple, but see what they can get out of you. I actually bought this road lot a long time ago and waiting for them to slowly move. And years past, they haven't. So I'm using it this year. And I decided that I will be giving them a house to transfer to. So I could knock down the house, then I'm going to build a road. And this is all the demands is unbelievable. I'll recount it there. Because even the plans has changed to our demands. And this is what I want to let you be aware, especially the foreigners, if you're building here, that things like this happen. Because you're the one paying, they want to get in what they can. Remember, I have a window man installed me repaired my guest house. I have some broken glass. He gave me a price. I just pay it because it's tempered, because I only use tempered in my house. And the next time, I want only 3 pieces of 60 by 60 centimeters glass panes. And he priced me $2,000 each. So I told him to go for it and multiply. Now I make him have a coat on this budget bungalow, Jealousy's window. He gave me a price of $16,000, and I moan about it. Next day, Oh, that was wrong. It's actually 17 grand. So again, I told him to go forth and multiply. This is the sort of thing you need to be aware of, that people will try on to get what they can. And if you're not aware of this, you'll be on the losing end. Like that person that I heard, it's a foreigner that's been helping a community. And this helping them, giving them handouts for a few months, and then it stopped. And the foreigner has to leave the community because he's now been threatened by the actual people that he helped, that he has to continue giving him handouts. This is the real life Philippines that you need to be aware of. Now I'm gonna check what they've done. This is the afternoon thing. And see how's the progress. And I will tell you also I have consulted with Old B. He's the best consultant I could have, because in all the things that I get so worked up, he just laugh at me and get a cool solution. Now I'm here now, looking at this. So I'm here now on the budget bungalow build. Before I start this project, the original plan was only to build a 2-bedroom bungalow because it's only for the old couple, and an extra room. Then they demanded to have a 3rd bedroom. It's not them. I know it's not them. It's a member of the family. So I give in to that. Next, before we start work, they want one of the grandson to be like supervising here or including in the work. I said no. Then the next demand was to have it tiled. I didn't give in to that. And this time, it should be the metal trusses roof. That's what makes me so annoyed this morning, because I have all this budget for roofing, doors, windows, and I already experienced this. They want something add-on and tell you that they will pay the difference. You done the job, spend more than what you've budgeted for, and then after the work is done, they can't afford to pay you the difference. It will be like, I'll pay you $500 for the next 30 years. So I had enough of this. Old B advises me, just laugh at me when I go home to cool down, so annoyed. And then he told me, what's your problem? And I told him, the coolest solution that Old B, he's the best. Give them the budget and let them do the roof. Give it to them in cash. Let's see if they can do the roof that they wanted. Because I know what will happen. They keep the money and then recycle what they can from their old house. My budget was included everything new, trusses, sheets, the wood trusses, of course. And now what the Old B suggested to me is to give them the budget and they can sort the roof. We will finish, I will just finish everything off, windows, doors, finishing, and the floor, and they can sort the roof themselves. So I think that's a better solution. Then, because I will not be making the wooden roof trusses anymore because they're not happy with it. Because I know that is also suggested by another person, not them. So that will be the best thing that I have to do. So I don't know what's happening with them. There is also another demand. They want another dining area al fresco outside. You know where the septic tank is? We're gonna have to make a slab on the top. And they want an extension here on the side from their dirty kitchen, like a slab that they can sit down, dine outside, al fresco. So I said that's not part of what I plan to do. They can do that. And so with the demand of the roof, my OB has helped me decide to just give them the budget of the roof, and we won't be doing the roof. Let them do the roof themselves, and 9 out of 10 you can see the recycling thing to keep the money. So it saves me and my guys from doing the roof now. So this is what we are. We are now, Predo is doing the rendering of the septic tank. This is now the level that we have stopped. This is actually the usual Filipino septic tank. It's actually a soak pit. We won't be putting a slab on the floor. It will be soaking in. But we will be rendering around. Not perfect render because it's just gonna be covered up. Just like that. A wipe render. So, Tatay Lito is doing the sifting of the sand for our fine sand, and then we separate the grits that we will use that for slabs and filing. And Deloy is doing the mixing, of course, with Mixie. The mix for the rendering is 3 sacks of fine sand and 1 cement for better adherence. So they have finished all the filing, although Tatay Tony is still doing the filing inside. You can see there, still doing the hollow blocks for the little worktop that is intended here. So that will be like the little worktop just for here on the inside of the house. But considering the latest demand, they want a slab outside so they can have an alfresco dining area near their dirty kitchen. Was not part of my plan, so like I said, I will just finish the body, put the windows, put the door, render, put the toilet, transfer their electrics, and I leave. I will give them the budget of the roof. My guys will not be doing the roof anymore. Because I have priced all the long span as seen on my video. The angle bar that they want is 3 inches thick. I have that in my house because I have Tigula roof, not on the sheets like this. And now even though they pay the difference, I know they cannot afford it if we have to fully have a long span and then the trusses that they want. So the best advice I could have from old B is to give them the budget of the roof and let them sort themselves. This is the sort of problem you will be dealing with. When you start helping people, they get in what they can get out of you. Like I said, the relatives will not be very grateful for you to house their relatives. They are looking at it, what they can get out of you. 9 out of 10, you will see. I will feature this, what they have done after they left, of what roof have they done, if they are really doing the trusses and the long span. So we will be finishing the body, and I think the guys are now preparing for finishing the body and the squaring of the windows and doors. Then we will be sorting the electrics, the toilet, and whatever to clean up here. But this is the sort of thing that you need to be aware of. Not all Filipinos are doing this, of course, no, because there are a lot more honest people. But I should tell you, not just the roses, but also the thorns that you have to encounter when you're doing your build here. Like the pricing that you can get, if you price for windows, you price for doors. It keeps changing. This is my plan of the roof for this budget bungalow. It is a hip roof, and with this in the middle range sheets and the timber, my budget was, with a 2-day labor with 4 people doing the roof, my budget is 22 grand. Now, this is even expensive. If I have a pent roof, I could have it cheaper. But I want to have the middle range on this one. Now that they want wood, steel trusses and long span, I know that will be nearer to 50 to 60, 70 grand. Let's see if they can make it. I will give them that 22 grand that I budgeted for the roof to see if they can do it with what they demanded. But like I said, I don't expect. I'll be surprised if they do. And see if there's no recycling that will happen from the old house. And they keep the money. That's what I think is the problem. And you are here trying to house them decently, and this is what the demands. It started before you even begin. I'm still so angry and annoyed today because of all the demands. It is really frustrating that you're almost there and they want this, they want that. Like, yeah, they might pay the difference on the metal trusses and the long span roof, but when is the big question. If I done the job and I say it cost me extra 50,000 more, oh, will you able to pay it? And that's what I mean with these people. I made the bungalow because they haven't moved. So for them to move peacefully in a decent house. And then, now you're making it. They demand this, they demand that. Like I said, the original plan was 2-bedroom. Now, it becomes 3 on their demand because they got 3 children. As already married. 2 are married and 1 is still single. And the tiles. I said no. And they want another extra room on the back. I said no. And now this is the one. They want the metal trusses. I don't know. Maybe they want Nara carved wood next or whatever fancy bits that they want to sell. But this is what I plan to do now, is to let him have the budget for the roof, and they can do the roofing themselves. We finish the house like we want to plan, and then we leave. Now I'm arriving here, see what I can sort here. But it was really annoying to me this morning. So this is now the level of the septic tank, and you can see that Fredo has already done most of the finishing inside. So he got one more panel here that he can do tomorrow, and the side as well he's done. What was the original plan was we will slab this, covering all that there where the pipe is, and we extend not just the slab on the top but extend it so the saw will be supporting the box of the septic tank or the soak pit, because there is no columns on the four corners. Now, and until where the steps where the back door will be, until here on the back of the proposed septic tank. And this is what I said to the old woman that I'm gonna give it to. This is where the dirty kitchen that I want them to put in on top of the slab. Now the demand is to extend it to the other side of the house because they want to build a dining area here. So from this here end to end will be the slab towards there, which I will not do because next thing is they will be asking you to build some columns on it while you're at it. And now that you're at it, you just fill up the side, then you'll end up doing an extra room. So what I plan to do now is to just let them have the budget of the roof and let them do the roof themselves, because I had enough of these demands on. They can't even fix their own house, and now that you're the one spending it, they got all the demands. It's really, really annoying. So today we haven't much done big major work. It's only just continuing filing and rendering and closing and everything. So there's one more file of thing that the lawyer had it there, so they will just finish it off because it's 4:30 now. So they're just taking the line for rendering and clearing up everything, because there's another one sad one that, oh, the block work is really, really bad. This is not the finish. We're still gonna be doing finishing or rendering on the walls and squaring up everything. The block work will never be shown. So they're just doing the measurement for tomorrow. They will just continue on doing the rendering. So that will be the little counter that they're gonna have inside. So if they have visitors, they can wash their hands in a counter inside the house. Although they got their dirty kitchen outside where they do most of the cooking because they use firewood. But this one is for their visitors to have a cleaner area to put the wash their hands or put the plates after eating. And then they got that dirty kitchen area which will be on the back when we do the slab, which will be here and until where the back door will be. So it will be supporting the whole square of this one. So 5 o'clock, they have used 4 cement of the day, and they have started to fill up the rendering, and they have finished all the filing. So tomorrow there'll be more finishing. This is just to fill up the thing before they smoothen it out. So there'll be more cleaning up tomorrow, and Predo as well will be finished in there. So the rest will be just around render. So only 4 bags of cement is used for today, and almost the septic tank is almost half of, only one face now is been no rendering. The outside and the inside is done. So this is the work that we done for today. And I have talked to the daughter of the old man about this latest demand of metal trusses. And I'll just give them the money and think they will have to think it over. So that will be the video for today because it was such a bad day for me. It's ruined my whole day, to be honest. So tomorrow, hopefully everything will be sorted, no more demands, and we continue on. Update. The demand for today has been resolved. I've been trying to talk to the old man, but he's trying to avoid me because he heard that I'm so annoyed. So I was able to talk to the family and tell them that this is my plan route and this is how much it costs, labor and materials, and your trusses, metal trusses with long span, and this is the difference. Funny enough, when they see the difference, they want to talk it over to the old man. And then when they talked to the old man, they didn't realize that what is quoted by those two people that's trying to induce him the idea is so low, whereas it's more expensive. If you look at it, what's quoted to him is this amount, and then my whole job, labor and materials, is more expensive. And that's metal trusses with long span. So I said, you've been lied to. I know my job. I know the material cost. I've been doing videos about materials, so I know what I'm doing. So this time, we have resolved it. Back to the plan I have. They don't want to do anymore about this demand of trusses, metal trusses, long span. And when I know who are the people that's trying to induce you with this, well, the other one is a welder, and the other one wants to handle the money, and I'm gonna pay to pay for the materials. Now you see, these are the kind of thing that you need to be very aware of. If you can handle your building site, be the site manager, handle your cash, do it, because it is more safe that you do handle your money than leave it to someone that you cannot trust. Even if you can trust, if you have a little doubt, do it yourself. Now it's all back to normal now, and the old man thinks that I can be a sweet girl. I'm such a sweet girl, but when I'm really annoyed, I can be a little bit